Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Arizona State versus BYU college basketball matchup on Thursday, November 23rd, 2023. Of course, I do tons of free pick videos every day, and when you give out that many picks, well, you're going to have some that are your best bets, the games you actually bet. And those are the ones you can find at the website underneath the Premium Picks tab. You can use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for people who make big bets. I make big bets. I know a lot of you do as well. So text that number. You can't get it on the website. You got to text. But let's get to this one. It's Arizona State taking on BYU. Pretty interesting one because both these teams are battle tested. For Arizona State, they opened up the season against Mississippi State at Mississippi State, and they got pretty beaten up in that game, 71-58. I got news for a lot of people. Mississippi State is going to be a good team this season. You know, they played Texas Southern, kind of, a rollover opponent, but they were unable to really put them away, winning by just 11 in a game that they were covered by 14. They were favored by 14. And then the win over UMass Lowell, which, to be honest with you, I think they were lucky to win that game at all. They were 7.5 point favorites. They won by a bucket. Like I said, UMass Lowell would have beat them outright. I would not have been surprised. For BYU, they had an opener against Houston Christian, but then did have a test in San Diego State. They were favored by 2 points at home over the team that lost last year in the championship finals. But BYU just seems to have it over San Diego State, and it's just one of those teams, tough to describe, that they just dominate, and they just do, especially at home is where they do. Meanwhile, win over Southeastern Louisiana, they were 22.5 point favorites, almost doubled them up, and then blowing Morgan State out by 43 points. BYU is really not the same team that we've seen in the past that is known for that prolific offense. They've been more of a defensive team in recent years, and with moving out of the West Coast Conference and now moving into the Big 12, they're going to have a lot more tests over the course of the season, but this BYU team really looks ready for it. They are gunning down the threes old school, Jimmer Fredette style. And I'll tell you, they're also hitting their regular shots as well from the floor. 10th best shooting team in the nation. Meanwhile, up against a Arizona State team, Bobby Hurley, not really known as being one of the best coaches out there. And I think we're starting to see it from this Arizona State team. And we saw it in that Mississippi State game where they were in big trouble. Like I said, BYU the last few years have really been known as more of a defensive team than that run and gun Jimmer Fredette style. Of course, Jimmer has a close place to our heart because he'll bust up someone's parlay in a hurry if you bet against them. But the thing is that the BYU defense is still there. They guard the perimeter extremely well. They're the third best 3-point shooting team against in the nation. They're the 54th overall best defensive team in the nation. I tell you what, I think Arizona State's in some big trouble in this game. I like BYU, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks today, putting your bets in, be sure to use our betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're going to tell you historically how often the bets on the board today have hit. Then they're going to compare them up with today's odds, and that way they're going to point you to the most favorable bets on the board, and of course, all 100% free.